article. So whenever that new material, you will be able to get it. Okay. All right. So I know that money is a very interesting subject, but before we talk about money, I want you to know about my okay. Let's talk about the agenda. I want to spend a little time to introduce you of who I am and why am I qualified to stand in front of you to present this topic. And then we will cover a little bit of the funding basic for small business. We cover multiple program from self-funding to SBA program. We actually have an SBA lender right there. Erica, raise your hand. And we also have a private venture capitalist guy, right? Rishi, raise your hand. So you have some professional in this room for you to talk to, okay? No, and your investor though, and then we will talk about what to do next, okay? So I always start my presentation with where I'm come from, my humble beginning. Because if you walk away with one thing, that's what I want you to remember, okay? So I was born and raised in Vietnam in a house with no running water and no electricity. And I share that story with you, not so that you can feel bad about me, okay? Because I promise you, I have a good ending. All right, so fast forward, work really hard. I was able to say and arrive to the US with $300. Okay, and I worked really hard, got into banking, finally make it to vice president, got into UTA, UT Arlington for the executive MBA, and I thought I finally made it. And guess what? 2008 happened. Anybody know what happened in 2000? Financial crisis. So all the banks I used to work for went out of business. Like later, with $100,000 debt. So it's like this and then go down. I could have given up. I could have packed everything up and go back to home. But I persevere and I pivot. And I switch from banking to education, which I'm still with right now, and consulting. And now fast forward 20 plus years later, I am now a self-made millionaire. I am a business professor at Tarrant County College. My coworker Kenya's right there. I think can testify that I'm really a professor. And actually, who's my student? Raise your hand. Nice. Oh my God, a lot. You guys gotta come up and take a picture with me at the end, okay? So I can show that, we really have events that connect students to the real world. And I'm an entrepreneur. I own my own business. So why I'm telling you the story, what does it have to do with business funding? Because if you got beaten down, if you got to apply like 100 times for your business loan, if you feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, I want to tell you I have been there, I have done it, and you will get there. As long as you keep at it, you persevere, never, ever, ever give up. Yes? Okay. So I know about me. Why I'm qualified to talk about this subject. So during my consulting career with the Small Business Development Center, and I think I have a client right here. Raise your hand, you were my client there. Okay. So I have advised over 350 businesses. Okay, so pretty much every business in every industry under the sun. And I facilitate $27 million in funding. As a matter of fact, Erica, we did some deals together, right? Many deals together. So I did every deal under the sun from private investor, angel investor, SBA loan, commercial loan. So we will talk all about that, okay? I won the American SBDC Business Advisor Award 3 times. I also won the TCC Chancellor Excellence Award 3 times. I was featured on TV, radio, and I was the judge of the Forward Business Plan competition. So that's what I did for my accolade. And here a little about me so that you know me as a human, not somebody with title. I am married. I've been with my husband for 20 years. So very proud of that. Marriage is hard. Marriage is hard in business, by the way. I raised 2 children. They are right here. If you want to say hi to them, they're actually in the room over there. So Brandon's 14 and Patrick's 11. And then my hobby. So if you can resonate or do the same thing like I do, raise your hand. Who like to cook? Raise your hand. Oh, almost everybody. We can share recipe. Who like to travel? Okay. Come to me. I've been to 30 countries. We will be in Europe this summer. So come to me if you have any tip for me, okay? Who like do yoga? Okay, not very many. Yeah, never hiking. Oh, a lot. All right. Okay, so now let's jump right into the business funnel 101 because that's what you're here for, right? And I need to watch my time. So I haven't feel 12:30, right? You gotta remind me.
Should be
Okay, so because you all here for funding, and I saw something about the pen and the paper, the very first thing you want to do when for funding, and the number one issue I saw is when people come to me and say, Tanya, I need some money. Help me get some money to fund my business. And the first question I ask them, how much do you need? As much as I can get, right, Erica?
wrong answer. All right, so it's what I need you to do. I need you to whip out a pen and paper like this beautiful lady.
I need you to write down what you need, okay? So the first thing I want you to write down is your one-time cost. And when you start business, there's a lot of things that only cost one time, and you never had to spend money again. So what are these? Well, let's say you like my client Luke. So that's a look like that. Raise your hand. Luke is having a personal trainer business, right? So look, when you start your business, you probably had to go to talent harvey and register for the business, right? It's called business formulation, right? But how long? It only take you what one time, right? Okay. The next thing is license and permit. If you need license and permit to do what you do, maybe you need a sign. There's a box. Raise your hand. You see here? So let's say you need a sign, right? You want to, and the sign will take you one time. You know, you put it in your building and then it's done. Okay, so that's one time cost. Are we clear with that? Good. Yeah. All right. And then after you've done that, you also have to write down the recurring cost. What is it? That is the cost that costs every single month. Guess what? You probably have to pay, if you have a membership here, you probably have to pay membership fee to have an office here, right? You probably have to pay utility. If you had inventory, you had to pay for it. You have to pay for insurance. You have to pay for software subscription. So that occurs pretty much every month. All right. And then there's also two different expense that you have to write out. So what I need you to do is write all down, and then from there we have a pretty good idea how much you need to get your business going. So another expense that you need is fitness spend, and that is the cost that pretty much exactly the same every month. Like if you rent an office, right? And let's say $1,000, it's probably $1,000 every month. Hopefully, it will not change until they raise the price. If you had to pay for insurance, general business liability insurance, it's probably hopefully the same every month. But then there are also variable expense that go up and down, depend on the inventory. Like, okay, I'm gonna pick somebody that I know in this room. Oh, okay, Masu, you want to manufacture, right? Now, so Masu is a top member, top, okay, and you want to manufacture at Burton, and I bet your inventory costs probably go up and down okay. And then depend on how many clients you have. I bet your shipping and packaging also go up and down all of them. So you had to write all that down and you had to forecast it, right? And then I don't know, do you do self commission?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So he pay his salesperson a commission and it go up and down every single month. So we got good all the costs. So write all that down. If you don't have the answer, there's something called Google. Or you can go and call and go out in the real world and ask for the real price. Okay. All right. Why that PowerPoint doesn't fit? But oh well, we'll leave it that. So here is the most common mistake, and Eric can tell you that is really true because he and me we in this team for long, like a decade now. Here's the most common mistake that I saw that people made when they estimate the startup cost. Number one, they have no idea how much they need. They never take the time to sit down right now or go and do the research. Second pen, when I got the horror, they do not budget for their salary. But we are human. You saw my mom, right? I had to pay rent, mortgage, got to send the kid to school and beat them. Yes. So it costs money. So you had to pay yourself an old salary just to survive. So you don't die before the business, okay? And then they underestimate the startup and operating costs. They also underestimate the time to profitability. So y'all, I'm here to tell you the truth. When you open the business, a lot of people thought that, oh, you make money right away. It will not. It will take you months, sometimes years, to get to profitability. So you had to Definitely calculate that into your startup cost. And then there are some hidden and surprise costs that they didn't calculate for that. So that is a top common mistake. All right. So now that we already did the homework, right? We write all down, we forecast it for the whole year. We kind of have some idea how much it takes to start a business. So what do we do? What funding type do we have? So this is very, very simple graphic of the funding. Most business start with self-funding, okay? And I am a former lender. I facilitate a ton of money, but guess what? I start my business and I pay from my pocket. That's the easiest way to go. And then if you run out of self-funding, then you go to friend, family, okay? That's the next round. And then a lot of people, they go to bank loan, SBA loan, and then that's still not enough. They can go to angel funding, and sometimes they advance to all the way to venture capital. So most people don't get a and that's only no. Usually, I would say 80% stop right there, okay? Because not every business qualifies for angel or venture capital, and we will talk about that. All right, so I'm gonna split the two slides because I saw I have 15 minutes left. Can I go a little bit longer?
You can probably go maybe till 33.
Okay, so
33.
33. Oh, okay, all right. All right, so I want you to understand the difference between debt and equity funding, okay? So there are two main types of funding, okay? So debt, what is that? Which means you borrow some loan. It's that simple, okay? Like either it's a bank loan, SBA loan, and friend, family, we talk about that. Very simple, we all have loan, right? We all have car loan, we all have mortgage. But then also the equity, when you sell a portion of your company to exchange for money to start your business. And that we talk about private investor, we're talking about angel investor, we talk about venture. All right. So the first equity funding that is more popular, that how I started my business is called bootstrapping, which means self-funding. And this is the easiest, the most simple, and 73% of business owner, they plan to self-fund, okay? And what is the percentage? Well, it's your own money. You do whatever you want to do it. You don't need anybody's permission. And guess what? You maintain full control with your business. All right. So there is another way of self-funded that a lot of people don't know about, and thankfully we do have a couple of financial professionals in the room. So Ian, raise your hand. You guys aware of Rob, right? Retirement account. Okay, so Rob is anybody in this room have like a retirement account, like a 401k? 401k, raise your hand. Or 403b, raise your hand. Or 57. Oh, I can do it all. All right, so let's say that I'm the corporate world and I do my 30 year and I'm sick and tired of corporate America. And I want to get out and still my own thing, right? And not that much money, but I do have, let's say, a couple $100,000 in my retirement, right? Either 401k, 403b, 457. But you know that if I would drive before 59 and a half, I get a hefty tax penalty. What I can do is I can set up a C Corp, okay? And then I can roll over that retirement and then call qualified retirement plan. And it will buy the share within the company. And then I do it correctly, I will get penalty for that. But you have to set up a C Corp and you have to do it through a company who are experienced doing that. So I see a lot of my clients do it that way. Okay, and it's also falling under self-funding. All right, now let's go family, friend, and fool, the 3F, and habit. That will be your next round. I mean, we all have family members who love us and believe in us, right? And they want it to be successful. And then if they have $10,000, $20,000 later round, probably making 1% in, chase. So what you can do is say, hey, you believe in me, right? Can you let me borrow that money? And I see this in my community all the time. I also see it in other community. So it's very helpful because you don't really have to jump through a lot of hoops. They already love you and believe in you. But I need you to know the pros and cons so that you know what you get into, okay? So the pros is you don't have to apply for the loan. If they either love you and believe you or they don't. And it's usually more favorable than bank loan or angel investor. The cons is, happen if the business doesn't work out? Oh, it will impact the relationship. And then, so what you need to do is you need to have a forward agreement in terms of rate, the term, the risk, the expectation that they have with that money. And then you do not assume that they know. Okay, you have to really, really tell them the risk, that there's a chance that they can lose everything. And if that's okay, that doesn't impact the relationship, then go for it. Okay? All right, so now we're done with the equity financing that talked about. After we're done with self-financing, let's talk about debt financing. So today I'm going to talk about, there's a bunch of, like you see, there's personal loan, there's operation-related financing, and there's business loan, but I would talk about credit card. And Cindy, you can fix this pen. I really appreciate it. You see how ridiculous it is. It doesn't compress, but oh well. Okay. Anybody use credit card to fund your business? Raise your hand. Okay, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all right. So not a whole lot. So we will not spend a ton of time. So most people, when they start a business, business credit card is the way to go. And as long as you have a business entity, like my client Luke, he started an entity, right? Look, you can use that entity and that EIN number, and you can go to either Chinese, the Capital, or Better America. You could apply for a business credit card. And they have, yeah, with credit, they happy to give you 5, 10, 20K, 0% interest rate for 12 months. So you can use that to fund your business. So that's very easy and quick. But you gotta be careful. When that promotion time is over, it's probably 24.99, right? So gotta be careful with that. All right. So the next one is business loan. So who's here want to learn about business loan? Raise your hand. All right. So if you are here and you want to learn about business loan, my good friend Erica Hurst is here. I probably will not spend a whole lot of time because we only have a handful of people, okay? But you can come and talk to her. She's an excellent lender, and I have done many, many deals with her, okay? So come talk to her. But if you want to apply for a business loan, the 5C of credit underwriting that I told every single human. So the first C is you have to know your credit. So who's in here know your FICO score? Raise your hand. Okay, almost everybody. And then let's see. When the last time you run the credit report within 1 year? Raise your hand. Okay, all right. So there is a website that I want you to go to. It's called annualcreditreport.com. It is the only website that I recommended to go there, and you are entitled to 1 free credit report per year. So to think about like going to the doctor office to get the checkup, right? Hopefully you do it every year, right? So you want to go there and you want to run it every single year, run there to make sure that there are no mistakes. I lost count how many people come to me and like, Kathy, had to get a loan, and we run the credit report and it's a wreck. So what's how you do this? I don't know. Am I supposed to do it? Yes, you're supposed to do it. Your credit is like your finance health. You know, without it, you cannot get a bank loan, you cannot get a car loan, you cannot even get a credit card or phone. So you want to protect it. So the first is credit, and most banks will not accept anything less than 620. Erica, how about you?
We don't have enough credit for it.
Awesome. That's what's in my favorite. All right. So the first is credit. Okay. Will you promise me that if you haven't run your credit in a while, go home and run it? And write this at annualcreditreport.com. It's free. Kathy is not selling you anything. She just want you to be healthy and strong in your personal finance, okay? All right. The next thing is they will look at your capacity, which means your ability to repay the loan. The third thing is they will look at how much skin you have in the business. For example, you start a business, the business pick somebody that I know. Okay, Tony's here is my client from the FEC day, and Tony have an engineering firm, right? So let's say Tony started this business this year, and the project will cost Tony $100,000. Okay, so most banks would like Tony to put 20% into the business. So Tony, you better have $20,000 pack ready to put in the business. So that is called capital. Okay. All right, next, collateral, which means the asset that secure the loan. So let's say Tony have $20,000, he borrowed a loan for $80,000. and the bank would like some kind of asset, like you will build up to buy some machineries and equipment, right? So that would hike to the moon. In case the business doesn't work out, they can like see that asset. And then lastly, condition, what's going on in the industry and economy right now. So right now it's still pretty good. It's not 2008, y'all. We're in a better time now. Any question about the 5C? Good. No? All right, so let's talk about SBA loan. So we have a bunch of SBA loan. I don't have time to cover everything. So the most common is 7A. That's pretty much everything I do, okay? And then occasionally we also do the real estate one with the 504. All right, so I am going to a very popular program. And that's what Erica is famous for. So she's famous for the micro loan, and it's up to $50,000. And they are at the CDI company, and Erica, you would live on, right?
Correct.
Yes. And they are so much easier to work with than a big bank. And remember, capital banking, I went with 3 banks in my life, so I know all the ins and outs. So if you have a small loan, you don't need it. Get fun quick, easy, fast, because the Erica is. All right, so here's a more common mistake people make when they apply for business loan. Number one, I know it sounds ridiculous, but they don't know their credit score. They never run credit report. There's all kind of mistake on there that take me months and months and months to have them fixed it. They don't know the personal net cash flow. They don't know how much money they need to borrow. They have no skin in the game. They don't have any money to put down for the funding. And the last one is, I can tell you it happened quite a lot. They hate their job, they pick their job, and then they go apply for a loan. But do they qualify for a loan by then? No, because they don't have any money to support that payment. All right, so let's talk about angel investor. There is 2 angel investor group in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, okay? So I work with one. I work with Carter Angel for 3 years. I had them set up their deal flow. And in Dallas, it's called NHAM, Texas Angel Network. So who are those people? All right, so angel are wealthy individual. So a credit angel investor, they had to have a network of over $1 million. All the income are over $200,000 to qualify them to be an angel investor. And the way they have a pot of gold, right? And they like, I don't know what to do with this money. So what they do is they will give the capital to the entrepreneur so that they can go out and start a business. In return, the entrepreneur, they leave them a portion of the equity. Okay, so I'm gonna take my coaching client Luke. So let's say Luke is a personal trainer, right? And Luke come up with a really innovative program to help people get strong and healthy. If Luke doesn't have money to do it, right? So looking for an investor, and they, give me $100,000 to start this business, and in return, I give you 10% of my business, so you be a sole owner, and that happens all the time. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna fast forward because Cindy said that I have until 12:33.
Maybe.
Okay, all right. So, is anybody here want to pursue angel investor? Raise your hand. Okay, only one person. All right, thank you. You maybe cut out the mic. All right, so now that you know the self-funded, the equity funding, and the debt funding, what do? First step, you want to sit down, you want to write everything down, like this lady, right? And then you want to create a solid business plan or pitch deck. If you're a startup, okay? And then you want to evaluate your financing option. You choose what align with your need. And then you want to approach either a lender or investor, depend on your business direction. And then what can we do to help? So we are trained consulting group, and we do only 3 things. Very simple for you to remember. The first thing we do, you are in kind of know the basic, but you need somebody to sit down with you and direct you that step, right? So we do one-on coaching. We have you a business plan. We have you a pitch deck. Remember, I was the judge of forward business plan competition. I know all the in and out, how to get you funded. We also help you with your leadership and emotional intelligence to manage your company. And then the second thing we do is we do business owner peer bar with TAP. Okay, so right here TAP. And we do it locally in DFW, but I also have my online tab globally. If you, like my neighbor Richard, live in Houston, like he want to join, but he like, I cannot be there. I want Houston. Guess what? You can get on Zoom and you can join also. The third one we do is we do training program, and we have a field, but I only talk about to high math. So we already talked about high math earlier, right? The manager training program with your key employee. And another one is Stratfor, which is a business alignment and transformation for productivity. And then I do have a talk more coming up on March 11th. And this is invitation only. I only give out 10 seats, so you had to be invited. So if you want to be invited, scan the QR code. You can fill out a form, and then I will schedule one-on-one with you to see you could fit. Okay. And then I also have an upcoming event with the Forward Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And for that event, I will teach you how to network like a pro. We were talking about emotional intelligence. We were talking about behavior style. And if you want to join, here's another QR code. You can tell that Kathy really love QR code. All right, I have, 2 minutes left. Here's all the testimonial of the client who I have had in the past. And if you're curious, you can go to my Google profile or my LinkedIn, and you can read it all in there. And then I'm not done yet, Cindy. I still have 2 minutes, okay? All right. So I spent the whole day yesterday, just so you all know, to prepare this presentation. So you can give me 2 minutes, right? Yes? All right. So for the first minute, I make you to scan this QR code. Okay, so without your phone, scan the QR code. And it is a evaluation. It is completely anonymous. And I need you to tell me if you like or don't like this presentation, and if you don't like, there's a portion if you can tell me like how I can do a better job than mine. And it will take only 30 seconds, so I'm gonna give you exactly 30 seconds.